welcome to God Nod. If you are not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe below. Today I am going to share a God Nod from a saint. I haven't shared a saint God Nod in a while, so I thought I might as well. And today I'm sharing a God Nod that happened to Saint Joan of Arc. Joan was born in 1412, and when she was about 13 and a half years old, she was working in her father's garden, and then around noon, a huge light appeared, and she heard a voice that it called her out, "Joan the maid." And the voices tell her to live a virtuous life. And as time goes on, these voices continue to come to her and give her instructions, and some of these instructions were just massive. For example, to save France. And Joan, she's just like this little 13 and a half year old girl, right? And she questions these voices like, I'm just a little girl, like I have no idea what I'm doing, like I'm too little for this. And the voices told her, don't be afraid, like God will be with you. And as time went on, she figured out that these voices were three different people. They were Saint Michael the Archangel, they were Saint Margaret of Antioch, and they were Saint Catherine of Alexandria. And when she told people about these voices that she was hearing and how they gave her instructions on what to do and how to save France and all this stuff, like people thought she was nuts. People thought she was just going crazy. They thought she was hallucinating. They thought she needed to see a doctor. Like they just wouldn't believe her. They wouldn't take her word until she kept insisting, and she kept being strong, and she just kept pounding at them. In fact, she told the judges, quote, "I saw them with these very eyes, as well as I see you." Joan was selected to fight in the military, and there was one time where the king offered her a sword and she didn't want it. She said that the voices told her about the sword that was buried behind an altar, and everyone around her was like, what, like, are you, this girl is crazy. They literally thought she was crazy. And she's like, no, I want this ancient sword that these voices are telling me about. And sure enough, they looked behind the altar, unburied where she said the sword was going to be, and sure enough, it was there. So these voices of Saint Michael the Archangel and Saint Catherine and Saint Margaret, they would tell her things that were about to happen. They would foresee the future and tell her, and they would happen exactly as they told her. And ultimately, I'm sure most of you guys know the end of her story. She was burned at the stake. She was literally burned alive for several different reasons, but mostly just for Jesus' name. Till her very last breath, she declared that these voices came from God and that they had not deceived her. And through all of the persecution, all of the pain, all of the hate that she got from people that just blamed her and thought she was crazy, she would not relent. She would not give up. And in fact, when she was burning alive, she asked the guards and the soldiers around her to hold up a cross in front of the flames so that she could just unite her suffering to Christ. And she, while she was dying, she just kept saying Jesus' name over and over. So from this God Nod, I just want to have you reflect on, and me as well, of where is our courage, where is our strength when it comes to proclaiming Jesus' name? You know, to her last breath, she was saying Jesus' name. Like, if we were to have an angel or saints appear to us and tell us things that God wants to tell us, would we be able to share it with others? Would we be able to hold true to it, even though people might make fun of us or say crazy things about us or blame us or blame us for being a witch or whatever it might be? Would we be able to hold firm to it? We live in a world where it's very hard to be bold in our faith. It's very hard to live our faith out. Even for making videos such as this, I don't know how many people judge me for making videos of this, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because as Christians, we have the obligation to evangelize. We have the obligation to go and make disciples, to share Jesus' name. You know, Jesus didn't say, oh, you know, if you have time or if you want to, or an extra thing you could do for me, you know, is tell people about me. No, he said right before he went into heaven and right before he ascended, he said, go and make disciples, go baptize, go. Like, he wants us to go out and to this world, and this world is so far from the Lord. And so I just want to encourage you to ask for the grace of God, to be like Saint Joan of Arc, to have that courage, to have that bravery, to go and just bear Jesus' name. Go and do not deny the Lord. When people ask you about Jesus, share his name. When people accuse you of being a Christian, accuse you of just being too church-like, too Jesus-y, too whatever, too Catholic, too anything, be proud of it. Be proud of it. So, let us reflect on how we can be more like Saint Joan of Arc, how we can ask to have that cross held above our flames and fix our eyes on it. I also want to give a shout out to Sophia for picking Saint Joan of Arc as your patron saint for confirmation. She is a pretty cool saint, so prayers for you, Sophia, and congrats on your confirmation. And if you like these saint god nods that I'm sharing, go ahead and comment below like what saint you want me to speak about or find, or what story, because I love saints. I love saints, and I love reading about them. So if you have a favorite saint, go ahead and comment below and I will try to find some god nods on them. And go ahead and subscribe if you are not a subscriber. May God bless you and have a joyful day.